Hello and welcome back. I am talking about Jackson Hole today. What is going to happen? Why is Friday very important for us? And it is very, very important. So let's jump into it and actually find out a little bit more about what I'm talking about. Why do we need to worry about Jerome Powell striking again? The Emperor strikes back. I haven't actually seen many Star Wars, which might surprise you. I'm a crypto nerd and I wear glasses, but I actually haven't seen any of the Star Wars films all the way through. I'm really sorry. Don't hate me. If everybody likes the video, because I know how many people watch it, if everybody likes the video, I will sit there and I might give you a Jabba the Hutt reference next time. But okay, let's go into what is going to be happening Friday. As you can see, 6 p.m. That's my local time in GST Gulf Standard Time, which is around about 10 a.m. I believe, for the US in the east. How did I not get this? Never eat shredded wheat, which might be different for you, or like naughty elephant spray water, northeast, southwest. Is it a shame that at this stage of my life I still go through that? Anyway, he's speaking on Friday. This is going to be honest, right? I think up until then, we're going to have a bit of uncertainty. I think we're going to be pulling back a little bit. So obviously at the moment, we're expecting that Jerome Powell is going to be factoring in 75 basis point hike, 75 basis point hike coming up in 21st of September. Now, he's going to say, I'm going to remain aggressive. We are going to be bringing inflation down. He's going to be doing everything he can to convince everyone that he has everything under control. Now, one thing that I will say is that right now, yes, inflation has started to come down, which is fantastic. But it did this over in, where was it? Let me see. Go on to here. Just want to see. So also, the dollar's beginning to kind of pull back a little bit. And yesterday we did see a bit of a pump in the price of Bitcoin. But I'm just going to kind of go further out here. Yes, there's a lot of, stuff on this chart. But this is actually, I think it's beautiful. Watch our daily live streams and you'll see it. But anyway, so we're just looking at this. So CPI did actually begin to come down. So we were like, oh God, it's so crazy. Oh my God, it's even worse. Oh, now it's come down. So this is maybe good. But I want to bring your attention back to like March, April. So we had this. Oh no, we didn't. Here we go. There we had this. So we were like, oh God, it's going to be absolutely insane. All-time highs, like relatively. And that's within, the last, let's say, 2 years. I went to these highs, and then April went like higher again. And then it kind of went down, and we were like, right, okay, May, that's okay. Maybe we're trending to the downside. But then no, boom, back up to these all-time highs, which is not good. So, are we going to have something similar? This is, I know, something that people are asking. And I think no, I don't think we will. The reason is because a lot of the July CPI print here was factoring in, for example, wheat, factoring in, let's say, like oil. So I'll type in, I don't know, let's say Western Texas oil. So WTI. That is basically American oil. And you can see there, so prices, especially in June, which July is reporting on what happened in June, the prices were continuing to go up, nearly $120 a barrel. Absolutely insane. Also wheat, I think it's EAT. I think this is the wheat ETF. Yeah, it is. So this is an ETF that basically tracks the price of wheat. Crazy high, Russia, all this issues, and then massively high in May, and then slowly, starting to come down. So this is why I think this, the whole CPI, which includes food and energy, which core doesn't. That's why I think CPI will continue to come down. So we won't necessarily have that same, scenario we had before. But the one difference that's going to happen, when this comes about, 21st of September, we have a CPI print on, I think it's the 11th. It's around about this, about 10 days before, 10th, 11th, 12th, whenever it is, we're going to have an actual CPI data print, which is going to be fantastic. So that's going to give, to be honest, that's going to give Jerome Powell exactly what he needs to do. If he sees it go higher, you're guaranteeing a 75 basis point hike, and then probably still a 50 all the way through into November, and only maybe a 25, but probably a 50 if CPI comes in, above 9%. If then we see that CPI 10 days before kind of come in at a relatively normal level, let's say like 8, then we'll probably stick to what's being, should we say, anticipated and priced in. So 54 here, that brings us to 325. And then most likely after that is a 25 basis point hike here to bring us to 350. And then finishing us off with another 25 basis points. So that's a 75. And then that's so 75, 25, and then a little 25 here. So if CPI does come in under, we can expect a massive rally to the upside in pretty much all assets, but especially these risky ones, such as crypto, Bitcoin, etc. And so that is going to be a very, very good, bit of anticipation. But this week, I think we will see the dollar just kind of stay a bit stagnant. So investors see no pivot, brace for a hawkish Powell message. And I know investors love to use these like stupid words, hawkish, dovish, it just basically hawkish is bad for the market. Powell is the guy who has to squash the market in order to get inflation under control. So if he's like a hawk, he's coming to pick away all of these companies who are performing well. Oh, you're doing well. Okay. He's going to hawk in and come and eat your flesh in a nice financial way. But dovish, everyone loves doves. They go to weddings. So dovish is he's good for the market. He could come in and do a 25% basis point hike in September. Everyone will think he's like a glorious dove. So that's just one way to think about it. But yeah, so everyone's expecting the 75 basis point hike. Everyone's expecting him to be very, very against the market. And I think that is why, we're seeing for a lot of different assets, even if I just go the QQQ, which is it's like the ETF that tracks the NASDAQ, as you see. So I'm on the daily chart here, but I'll bring us onto, let's just go 12 hour, get a couple more of these. So you see here, when was this? This was 22nd. So we open up the markets and boom, it's right, oh, well, if we're going to be a little bit more hawkish, things are not going to go too well. And that's kind of expected. I don't really think we should be worried too much. Like I said, next meeting is going to be where it's absolutely insane. But for the moment, I think, we're just going to see a little bit of let's say, pausing in the dollar. So let's look at the DXY. This is tracking the dollar. So dollar strength, had a bit of a movement to the downside. And I think this moving down has kind of helped Bitcoin move up a little bit. But then, if we're going to continue moving up, but it's just that, what's going to happen. So this is why the dollar is kind of stagnating. I think everything is going to be kind of stagnating because we're all just waiting to see exactly what Jerome Powell does. But like I said, a lot of it is already priced in. So I don't think we're going to have too much movement up until then. Anyway, that was my little quick update. Watch out for that. We will be going live, in fact, which actually is quite cool. And we will go through exactly what he's saying and what it means each step of the way. So watch out for this guy. This guy, coming up on Friday, 6 o'clock GST, remember? So anyway, it is scary. We're all just waiting to see what Jerome Powell does. But let's hope, let's pray to all of the gods in the world that he doesn't do a rug pull. Take care.